Welcome dear students. In this video lecture we are going to draw the isometric view of the two solids in a combination. The question is, a cone of base diameter 30 mm and axis height 50 mm is placed over a square slab of 50 mm side and 20 mm thickness, which is resting on HP. Draw the isometric view of the combination. Not like the previous simple questions. In this question, we are going to combinedly draw a cone as well as a square slab, one over another, both in orthographic views and isometric views. See, the environment is a square slab is placed on horizontal plane. Placed on a horizontal plane. And then the dimensions of this square slab is 50 mm side and 20 mm thickness. Further, a cone of base diameter 30 mm and axis height 50 mm is placed over this square slab. Placed over this square slab centrally. So here we are going to have the cone. The base diameter of the cone is 30 mm and height of the cone is 50 mm. So this is nothing but the uh, standing position of the solids given in the problem. So when you're supposed to draw the isometric view of this combination, let me to roughly explain the procedure. Thereafter we can go on to draw it in some special manner. See, first we need to draw the orthographic views of the given solids, that is the square slabs, front view and top view. And after that we need to draw the solid which is placed over the bottom solid. In general, always it is better to draw the bottom solid first, thereafter we can draw the top solid. So this is nothing but the front and top views of the square slab and cone. Now when you are supposed to draw it in the isometric axis, first what you need to do it, again you need to draw the bottom solid square slab first. So in this way you can draw the square slab by our usual procedure. By our usual procedure we can draw the square slab first, and after that we need to draw the cone which is the top solid step by step. The base of the top solid is a circle. That circle first need to be drawn in the top surface of your square slab, because the cone is placed in the top surface of the square slab. So in the top surface, in the face of the square slab, we need to draw the base of the circle. We cannot draw it directly. What we need to do, first we need to enclose this circular base inside a box, square box here, and that square box can be drawn first in the above the our square slab. After that, by following the 4 center method with the proper procedure, we can bring out the circular base of the solid. And after this all, we need to mark the apex point in the base of the cone and then elevate it up to the required height, and then we can complete the drawing of cone. So this is nothing but the procedure we need to follow for completing this problem. Let's do the things one by one in proper manner. Let me to draw the XY line first, to draw the orthographic views of the given solids. Right. As we planned here, the bottom solid is our square slab of base side 50 mm and thickness 20 mm. The square slab's front view, top view we need to draw, and in that case the square slab is resting on the horizontal plane. So the base view of the square slab, the square can be viewed only through the top view. See here, this is what the resting condition of the square slab. So in order to draw the base view of the solid, we need to draw the base view from the top. So in the top, I am drawing the square base. Top view, I am drawing the square base with the given dimension. Here the dimensions given are 50 mm side. Right. After that, we need to project the each and every corner towards the front view. Before that, I have to name the corners. See, it is a square slab is nothing but a square prism. So it's going to have 8 corners, 4 base corners and 4 face corners. And better to mark the axis here. Now, project the corners towards the front view area to draw the lateral view of the solid. The base side given is 50 mm and the thickness of the solid given is 20 mm. In most of the cases, the square slabs axis height is given as thickness, because in this kind of solids the axis height is less than the base height. So automatically the axis height is termed with the word thickness. Yes. Thereafter, I needed to draw the things with HB pencil. And let me to name the each and every corners in the solid, starting from A dash, B dash, C dash and D dash, and then the face corners 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right. And this is nothing but the axis line. And I can draw the axis also. Now the bottom solid drawing is over. Now I need to mount a cone of base diameter 30 mm and axis height 50 mm over the square slab centrally. So for that, I needed to draw a circular base in the top view, which is center is coincides with the center of our square slab. This is nothing but we are placing centrally over the square slab with the diameter 30 mm. Here my dimensions are just approximate only. right? And I need to project this circular base also. The diameter given is 30 mm and the axis height of the cone is 50 mm. This axis height should be calculated from the top of the square base. Most of the students did a mistake. Mistakenly, they calculated the axis height of the cone from the XY line. Mistakenly, rarely this type of errors occur, but you have to be very careful. The axis height of the cone should be calculated from the top of your square slab. The axis height given is 50 mm. Here it is O and there it is O dash. And you can note one point, I didn't separate the circular face into 8 equal parts since that is not necessary in this diagram. And let me to connect the lateral generators of our cone. Now I just completed the orthographic views of the combination of solids. Thereafter I need to go for drawing the isometric view of the combination. For that first I needed to draw the isometric axis. It is a horizontal line and then I need to mark an origin. From this origin, from left and right side, I need to draw two lines with the 30-degree inclination with the horizontal line. Yes. After that, first I needed to draw the isometric view of the bottom solid, that is our square slab. The square slab thickness is 20 mm and side length is 50 mm. Approximately I am marking the dimension here, but in your paper you have to mark it with the exact dimensions. So as per our regular consideration, the bottom left corner 4 or D is placed in the origin of our isometric axis area, and then the rest of the sides can be filled in this way. So here I just marked the corner D and here I marked A. And it's nothing but the corner C. So in order to mark the point B, first I need to draw a line parallel to DC from A, and then I need to make my drafter parallel to AD and draw a line from C. These two lines will intersect and give us the position of the corner B. And this is nothing but the bottom base of our square slab. Next, we need to draw the face, that is the top face of the square slab. This can be achieved by elevating lines from each and every corner with the height 20 mm, which is equal to the thickness of our square slab. After that, I can connect everything. So far, I am doing the works with the 2H pencil only. After finalizing the visible and invisible edges, I can darken them. Just I completed the drawing of the square slab, which is the bottom solid. Thereafter, I need to locate the circular base of the cone on the top surface of my square slab. Then I can draw the cone's isometric view also. For that, first I need to enclose the circular base of the cone inside the box in our orthographic view environment. I am doing this with a different color ink. Yes. Just I enclosed this circular base inside a box. The box dimensions are equal to the diameter of the circle. And this box first we need to draw on the top surface of the square slab. For that, variety of geometrical methods we can follow. But here I follow one. You can use this. See here. Just I am projecting the corners of the inner square into the square slab's sides. That is here and there I got the points. These 2 points can be marked in the isometric view also. That is what I am insisting is, here I got a point, there I got one more point. These 2 points I need to mark in these two places, and then I can complete the drawing of the inner square. See, approximately I am marking them in the isometric view of the square slab here and there. And then I can complete the drawing of the square slab simply by projecting this towards inside. In this way I can run the square enclosure of our circular base of the cone. After that, I needed to follow the four center method in order to draw the isometric view of the circular base. This is our regular procedure. For that, first I needed to mark the centers of all four sides of the square enclosure. Little geometrical tricks and short works can be employed here, so which are all not in the books. Simply you can do some stuffs for marking the centers, for connecting the yeah, corners. You can follow some simple geometrical tricks. After that, by using the four centers, we can complete the circular profile here, which is not exactly a circle. Yes, just I completed the isometric view of the circular base above the top surface of my square slab. Then after, I needed to elevate the axis, apex point of the cone. It's actually automatically located here. Without taking any effort, we can estimate here it is. And then I needed to elevate it with the height of 50 mm, which is the axis height of my cone. Approximately here. And then I needed to draw the extreme generators for the cone. Two extreme generators I can draw, and at the same time I need to maintain those generators as tangents to the bottom circular base. By using HB pencil I can complete this task, because I am in the end of the finishing works of the answer. And then the front curve profile of the cone can be drawn with the HB pencil, and overall the visible edges portions of the square slab can be drawn with HB pencil. In this way I can complete the isometric view of the given combination of the solids. Here the dimensions are not followed in the right manner since because of the limitations in this application, but when you try this answer with your proper tools in the paper, you can bring out the perfect result. Thanks a lot.